what is up, guys? It is Tia. I'm back with a new deck guide. I am dressed for Halloween. You will be seeing quite a few horror videos coming out in the next few days. Right now I'm streaming Outlast 2, so sorry about all of this. It was actually meant to be a Squid Game costume, so it makes sense in retrospect. But anyway, I posted a Reavers deck the other day. I hope you guys liked it. And with Reavers, I mean how to kill Reavers. This is a Wild Frost deck. It is one of my best performing decks right now. It's actually doing quite good because of the amount of control it has, as well as the new cards. So I want to show you how it works. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you all had a great Halloween. Alright, so firstly we have a bunch of new cards, and the first one I want to show you is Tirnalia. So Tirnalia is a location with resistance. Now, on deploy, it will boost an allied unit by a certain amount. It will increase the value by the number of unique bronze wild hunt cards in your starting deck. So in mine, you have about 11 points, which you're gonna get. So keep that in mind if you're making any changes to the deck, as it will affect the boost. The boost is important because it's gonna have an effect on whether you have dominance, as well as some other abilities I'll show you in a second. Now, we also have an order ability which we can use in the next round. It's fine if you don't want to use it immediately. It will be usable because we have devotion, meaning we only have monster cards in this deck. So you will spawn frost on your opponent's melee and range row equal to the amount of lost frost on the last round transition. Okay? So it's important to keep this in mind. In other words, if you go from round 1 to round 2 and you still have 2 frost left on the melee row and 3 frost left on the range row, this order ability will spawn that frost into the next round. So that's quite nice if you maybe overspent on frost and didn't get all of the abilities out. You will also be able to spawn the Red Riders. So if you don't have any carryover, you still have the Red Riders, and the Red Riders allows you to either spawn Frost on a row for 4 turns, spawn Frost on both enemy rows for 2 turns, or spawn Frost on an enemy row for 2 turns and replay a Bronze Wild Hunt card that you already have on the board. So I like this card, it's quite good, and I feel like it's a must to be included. Now, next up, I want to take you into some of the new cards we have. Okay, so the first one is the INL Aristocrat. Now, this isn't bad. This is actually quite a good card. So she needs dominance in order to move an enemy to the other row. So she does give you movement, which is great. But what we use her for is, at the end of your turn, spawn Frost for 1 turn on each enemy row to which frost was applied this turn. So what does that mean? You're going to play this card on the board and you're going to keep it there. Every single time you spawn frost on an opponent's row, you're going to get an extra turn of frost if this card is still alive. So she's amazing. You can play her proactively. She can be the first card you commit in the round if you really want to. She's just going to make that frost tick more and more, which is super important because we obviously have 2 Ancient Foglets. So Ancient Foglet will boost south by the total duration of row effects on the opposite side. Row effects, frost. So whenever you apply a row effect, boost south by its duration, meaning she's gonna make this go up even more. So I like playing an Ancient Foglet in like round 1 perhaps to win the round, maybe later on as well. You just have to pace it carefully because it's easy to sort of have to play frost and then you sort of have to play other cards real quick, and then the foglet is sort of delayed, and you miss out on potential points. So pacing is really important when you play this deck. Now, here's another card that's really interesting. It's the UNL Slave Trader. So, on deploy, this card will get vitality equal to the duration of frost on your opponent's side of the battlefield. So let's say you have 3 points on the melee, 3 points on the range in terms of frost. So that's going to give this card 6 vitality. Alright, then you can infuse an enemy, okay? You're going to pick an enemy unit and infuse it with, at the end of your turn, if there's an enemy INL Slave Trader with higher power, that's us, than your own card, set power to 1 and lock self. So to simplify this, you're going to play INL Slave Trader. You're going to get at least 2 frost, 2 vitality, okay? So you know this card is going to go up to 5 points in the next 2 turns. And then you're going to pick a target on the enemy side of the board, and you're going to pick something that isn't too big, or something really powerful like a 5-point engine, a 4-point engine, and you're going to infuse it. So what happens is, at the end of your opponent's turn, every turn, they're going to check whether this card is bigger than that card. If this card at any point is bigger than that card, at the end of their turn, that card is going to set itself to 1 point and lock, which is so cool. I mean, it's a 5 provision reset essentially, as well as a lock. So to give you an idea of what this might look like, if we go first, we're going to abuse this card by playing the Crystal Skull. This is why I have the Crystal Skull in this deck. So we're going to boost the UNL Slave Trader, and we're going to make sure it's really big and it has Veil. So that means you can target a card that's like 9 points, and you'll be able to reset that card. Now, if you want to get really nasty, we can play Tirnalia. That's also why I like Tirnalia. So you can play the Slave Trader, then you can boost the Slave Trader by 11 points. That's ignoring the vitality it already has. And then you can target a massive card on your opponent's side of the board, and that card will reset itself. Well, it will set itself to 1, and it will lock. So I only have 1 of those because it's quite difficult to pull off 2 of them. You want to make sure it has enough boosts, but it's amazing if you can use it correctly. So let's go over the other cards we have. Now, from top to bottom, we've got the White Frost Leader ability. Move an enemy unit to the other row, spawn Frost on its row for 2 turns, charge 2, so you can do that twice. Also, you want to play the Wild Hunt units on the opposite row of where you place the Frost, because your Wild Hunt units will also get an extra point when you do that. We have the Oberon King. Now, we quite prefer playing it in its 3rd form. The 2nd form is okay though. The 3rd form will allow you to spawn and play a bronze Wild Hunt unit from your starting deck whenever you play a Wild Hunt unit boosted by 1. So Wild Hunt unit from your starting deck means literally any Wild Hunt unit that is a bronze one, of course. Any one of these options is at your disposal, which is also why this Tirnalia is such a great card. So we have just about everything you might need. We have Purify, we have the Slave Trader, the Aristocrat, we've got a Wild Hunt Hound that will boost itself by 1 every turn if you have Dominance. We have a nice 7-point INL Conqueror, which can play for 9 points if you play it after Oberon King and opposite a Frost Row. If you haven't drawn your Wild Hunt Riders yet, you can pick a Wild Hunt Rider and you can pull out both of these from your deck. You just need Dominance and it will summon all copies, so that's going to play for a nice 12 points extra, which is really nicely done. We have the Wild Hunt Navigator. Now this will boost an allied unit by the duration of Frost on the opposite row. If you have Dominance, it will boost the unit by all the Frost on the opposite row. I rarely play this card, and this card is my least favorite, but I had to include them for Tirnalia, and they're good. They're good as long as you get to use them. They're just conditional, meaning they don't do a lot if the conditions aren't met. So this one will damage an enemy unit by 2, and if you have Dominance, spawn Frost for 1 turn on that row. Okay, so besides that, we've got Nagelfar's Crew. This will spawn Frost for 2 turns on an enemy row. At the end of the turn, if there's Frost on the opposite row, this card boosts itself by 1, making it an engine. The Wild Hunt Bruiser is also very nifty. It will move an enemy unit to the other row. If the target moves to a row affected by Frost, damage it by 2. Obviously, we love movement because it is it's a heavy control tactic, so you're able to really able to screw with some decks if they rely heavily on putting cards in a certain row, a reverse. So this is very nice to have. Okay, so let's get to the spicy stuff. So if you have Dominance, Eridan Break the Glass will spawn Frost on an enemy row for 2 turns, but with dominance it will increase frost by 1. So as long as this card's on the board and has dominance, frost will do 3 points of damage every turn instead of 2 points of damage. Very nice. Now, here's where the fun comes in. We have a new card. It's Caranthir Golden Child. So Caranthir Golden Child is a very strong card in a short round, but you have to time it carefully. At the start of your turn, while in hand or deck, reset own power and boost self by the damage dealt by frost in the last 5 enemy turns. So what does that mean? Basically, every turn you get damage dealt by frost, these will change, but they will stick in a certain order. So let's say for 2 turns, I do 2 points of damage in the range row and 2 points of damage in the melee row. This is going to show up as 4 points, 4 points, and then the next turn I don't do any damage. This is going to show up as 0 points. Then the next turn I do 4 and 4. So this 0 is going to be irritating, but it's going to move up every turn, because the longer you wait, obviously the last 5 enemy turns will change. So let's say you get the perfect round, which is what we're going for. You're going to get Eredin, and Eredin's going to do 6 points of damage, okay? We're going to keep Eredin there for 5 turns, and we're going to have frost on both enemy rows, meaning we're going to get 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Amazing. So obviously you want to play Caranthir right away, because right after that you're not going to get 6, meaning the first 6 is going to fall away and this is going to turn into a 0 if you don't have any frost. If you go into the next round, again you have to be quick, because every turn this isn't played, you're going to lose those 6-point values from the previous 5 enemy turns. So it's really interesting how to go about this, but if you time it right, you have a pretty strong card in a short round. And you can even just finish off round 2 with this card if you really feel like doing so. But yeah, amazing card, must include. So next we have Naglfar. Naglfar allows you to look at 2 random gold cards from your deck, play 1, place other on top. We also have Gales. Now, Gales is very nice because in the past all he did was play a Wild Hunt special card from your deck. So normally you'd play Naglfar, of course. But now he has play Wild Hunt card. So you can play any Wild Hunt card in your deck. It doesn't even have to be a unit. You can play Tirnalia if you'd like. And it's just one of the most amazing tutors in the Monsters faction right now. So you definitely need Gales in your deck. Just double check the Wild Hunt tags, right? Something like Necrophage, Ancient Foglet is a Necrophage, so it's not a Wild Hunt card. If you can't draw it, keep that in mind. Okay, other than that, we have Artgaiath. It is a Echo card, meaning you can play it twice. It will spawn frost on both enemy rows for 3 turns. We also have the Winter Queen. Now remember, she's very OP. Sometimes you don't even want her to come out in round 1 yet, but you need to send her out eventually. So at the end of your turn, if there is frost on both enemy rows, you'll summon this to your range row. Now, because we have Devotion, once both players have passed and we go over to the next round, all the frost that's still left on the enemy row will boost the Winter Queen by 2 points. So if you have 6 frost left on the enemy row, you're going to get 12 points on the Winter Queen. If you are a new player, your opponent probably won't even know how Winter Queen works, and they'll pass thinking they're ahead. You can just pass and the Winter Queen will do the rest. Just remember, Devotion's very important, so don't go changing this deck if you don't understand it. Alright, next we have Imlerith's Wrath, another juicy card. This will damage an enemy unit by the power of your highest unit. But if it is on a row of frost, which is way easier to pull off, you'll just destroy that card instead. So Imlerith is basically our version of, I don't know, Igni, Yerden, whatever you want to call it. Way cheaper and way better to play in this deck. Then our last 2 cards is Mithril. So if you have Dominance, you can damage a unit by 2 every turn. If not, once a turn. And Toad Prince. Just what they say, big, bad, and ugly, squats in the sewers. This is a melee card and consumes a unit with 4 or less power. Very nice. If your opponent starts off, you just munch the card they play if it's 4 or less, and you're immediately ahead by a substantial amount of points. So my friends, that is it. That is my Wild Hunt Frost deck. I hope you like it. I don't know how many decks I'll be bringing out in the near future. It might be less than usual because we have Masters around the corner. I think the meta is already well established. Though knowing the pro players, the meta will change substantially. I mean, I expect we're going to see Triss in Nilfgaard, we're going to see a Renfrey, some Skellige. I don't know if we'll see monsters. Maybe here and there, very random monsters deck will appear. I think people are going to be playing Jurden and Igni in almost every other deck. Maybe we'll see some Reavers. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to say the least. But I look forward to seeing the Masters. Another one. I feel like I'm going to die prematurely at this rate. For laughing too much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I swear my chat is filled with dads and dad jokes. Which is totally fine. As long as you look after your children, I am happy. Just leave some of those dad jokes for the rest of us. Isn't Rocket League casting just saying, goal, goal, goal? I can do that. I can do that, I think. I'll work on it. It will be a hit for sure. Hey Imperium, what's up? Mighty Zaku. When will I do the pumpkin carving? I want to win a game or two with this deck. Just to get into the spookies. You know what I'm saying? I think my camera's a tiny bit big. There we go. Now you can see the money. The money shot. I will start off with Nethril. Give it a little boost. Easy. I got to rank 8 from a clog deck. A clog deck. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. Congrats. Did you clog their board or their deck? Are we talking Colgrim or are we talking... that's frustrating. It's not enough though. Or are we talking like Noonwrath? Learning the moves and tricks in Rocket League will get you by. Got to head to work. Tia is really not that funny. Have a great day at work. Hope it goes well. Does having a kit count? I mean, I have 3, so... I think... I mean, depends. Am I making dad jokes? Do you feel my jokes are too dad-like? By any chance? I don't know if I want to play this card, but at the same time, I can't let that fly, so I'm gonna do this. Nice makeup. Thank you. This is just my face. I swear. Do you know that the real name of Torek is Hector? I don't think so. Now I can dox him. Thank you very much.
Yes, you. Have you made your offering?
Oh, it's a Colgrim deck? Okay, got you. Colgrim deck. Well, those aren't bad. They get the job done alright. Festec Trafficker. Alrighty. Next up, some movement. Easy. Hey Indicool, how are you doing? A rubber ducky. Typical Tia. Don't scam me and Chrissy. Oh, you did. I am not on Twitch right now. I'm on Streamlabs. Let me open Twitch. It's almost like a Twitch streamer should be on Twitch. Insult you in Afrikaans and take a sip. I will take the sip and think of an insult. Let's see. How will we insult our fellow community today? Hey Darius. Yeah, I tried to go live a tiny bit earlier today so people aren't literally all asleep. Because I have a tendency of doing that. Which isn't great. Beautiful. Hmm. I think we just push. That's what we normally do here. Busy teaching biology and R to my passionate students. I still need to learn R. Seeing that everything's postponed now, I didn't get the chance to actually learn it. I only started with the basics, which really isn't that difficult. I think the difficult stuff starts when you actually have to analyze real data, right? Oh, that's frustrating, but at least they don't get the bounty. Line tie, ek hoop jy slaap sleg vanaand en dat jy môre sal wakker word met 'n seerig. Python is way more common right now. The thing is, it's neuropsychology and like basic psychological analyses. So you've got different people making use of different programs, but most sees. Wel, ek het my best probeer. Ek kan net soveel doen. What's the other thing? Oh yeah, so yeah, they make use of R. My previous university made use of SPSS, which I didn't really study, and luckily I don't have to learn it ever again, so big brain move from me. I just did all the theoretical parts. We worked in a team and I was like, yeah, guys, I don't know about this. I can try my best to help you. Just let me know what to do. I love the biology lessons at my school, literally the best grades of the year. Yeah, I really like biology. One of my favorite teachers too. Awesome sauce. Yeah, I think we just kind of bleed as long as possible, to be honest. I see no reason not to. Get Caranthir Golden Child as big as possible. Let's see. Vigo Roach Viper turn 1 gets me a lot of points. You can learn R, but will they teach Python too? Maybe. Actually, I think one of the things that they said on the emails were that they're currently learning Python as well along the side. I might be imagining it. They were learning either that or Java, but I haven't done either. No, I've done Java, sorry. I'm lying. I did a bit of Java in high school. When I said I was watching with your new fan, I meant to send a message on my Tarek account. Oh, cute. Probably your youngest viewer? Maybe, you'd be surprised. But it's great to have her here. I appreciate the support. What will we do? Tirnalia is a potential card. We can always get that later. We're guaranteed to draw it. For now, let's go with Gale into...
Hello again.
Oh my gosh, this isn't a Wild Hunt card, is it? It's a... it's a necrophage. Of course it's a necrophage. Ah, thank gosh. Hey, Uncologon. Oh, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it as always. Tier 2, heck yes, at 17 months. You're 1 month away from being pink, my friend. 1 month away from being pink. Arguably one of the best colors. Except for gold, of course, but pink's pretty cool. But I appreciate it. How are you doing? It's when you have to analyze plot stuff that you meet the challenging art. Yeah, I can imagine. It's a thing from the past. Yeah, just like my old university. Ayo. What else do we want? How far are we pushing this? Sansonen, thanks for the follow. Can someone explain how one enters pro rank since getting to rank 1 is not enough? Make sure that you have accepted the terms and conditions in the menu. Philosophy. Like, you have to go into the menu and accept the terms and conditions for pro rank. If not, you won't be able to go into pro rank. You will be stuck in rank 1 forever, no matter how many games you win. Python is a very good skill to have. Java is great, but not so great if you don't plan to stick around with backend stuff. I know Java, Python, Using R helps to learn Python, and using Python helps learning R. Okay. I learned Java in school, but don't use it for anything. I can make websites with Python and games with C++. But I like gold. You'll get gold back again. At 24 months, you will have 2 tails and you will be gold. Wanna see me do a sneaky, chat? Wanna see me do a sneaky? I'm gonna do a sneaky. How do you like that, chat? What do you think? Pretty good, eh? Joking. Let's do this. Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta. Going for the 2-0. Are you going to play Minecraft? Not tonight. No, not tonight. Tonight I carve pumpkins. Hey, Ish. How are you? Sneaky Tia. Ooh, I see we have a K-game request. That I can do for you. I think they're getting desperate, which is good. Very good. I feel like this is a 2-0 type of round. What do you think, chat? I feel like this was very stupid. Perhaps the most stupid thing I could have done. Because I basically just gave them their spender back. But we all make mistakes. Or at least that's what I've been told. How about we make their life just a little bit difficult?
They're fully trained for discretion.
That's gonna be funny. Let's go, INL Slave Trader. Doing good, working, so just lurking? Of course, Ish. Glad to hear you're doing well. Makes me very happy. And when you say working, I assume you mean your job? Not studies? How does Gatorade compare with Powerade and Energade? Damn, Gatorade. Gatorade. Gatorade versus Powerade and Energade. Well, I grew up with Energade, so it doesn't feel special drinking it. I never drink Energade. I don't know. Honestly, I can't give an objective comparison. Powerade is good, but I like drinking Gatorade because we don't have it in South Africa. Obviously, like, I should be drinking water, but this is at least the 0 sugar one I'm drinking. I won't ever drink these if there is sugar in, because that's just a recipe for disaster. Ooh, interesting. And with the recipe for disaster, I mean a recipe for diabetes. There's this guy in my school I had a crush on until I found out he was an Andrew Tate fan. Oh no. That's not good. Oh, damn. What a close one. Do we actually have anything left? Yeah. You should ask him why he's an Andrew Tate fan. You know? Like, what exactly does he mean by that? Does he actually listen to most of the things, or did he hear like one snippet and doesn't understand exactly what he heard? Boost an allied unit by the duration of frost. No. Damage an enemy too. That could be nice. This could also be sneaky. But it could also be disastrous. That is what I needed. Now I just need dominance. Or else this could become a problem real quick. Have I tasted Prime? Yeah, actually I drank it 2 days ago. It tasted very sweet. Like very, very sweet. I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself here, seeing that I actually have contact with many of these people. Compared to my normal drink of choice, it was very, like, very sweet. So that could be somebody's style. Like, I can imagine children would like that way more. Potentially. I don't know how healthy it is. I didn't look at what's in it. I just knew there was not caffeine. I'm gonna take a fat chance here, and it might be stupid of me, but you know what? I'm gonna do it. Gotta get rid of that spender, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, there are some more prime drinks I could try. You will carve a pumpkin. I was wondering if you would do it after your question on Twitter. yeah, I'm planning to do it. I just had to make sure people actually wanted to see me carve a pumpkin. You know, I don't want to carve a pumpkin when nobody wants to see me carve a pumpkin. You know what I'm saying? Gotta keep those things in mind. GG. No, that's totally fine. I'm not going anywhere yet, so it's fine. It's just postponement. It's not... the degree isn't going anywhere, so... It's not the end of the world. As long as I am productive with the time I now have. And I don't just waste it, you know? I'm also considering doing an online course for neuroscience. I think that might be a good idea. Let's get rid of Oberon King, and we are going second, so I do not want the slave. Do I want the slave trader? Oh, this might be a poopy matchup. Just a bit poopy. Hey, Night Lancer. How long did it take me to write my book? 7 years. But that's because I had to finish my high school diploma, then get a degree in law, and then get a degree in psychology. So I had to write in between, which... So technically, I didn't sit behind my desk and write for 7 years. But, yeah. The thing is, if you're a first-time writer... Sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to get my Instagram account back, and we're finally making progress, sorry. I'm not even concentrating. Yeah, my Instagram account has been down for a month now. Keep getting targeted by trolls, but I don't mind. What I do mind is the fact that it takes Instagram literal months to respond. That's what irritates me. Like, I don't care if people, like, I don't mind, that's just normal. But the fact that Instagram doesn't respond to an account being taken down for no reason, and you have to, like, ask them to do it for months on end, that is very frustrating. Very frustrating indeed. Okay, I should have done the ordering in a different way, so I got 1 more point there for the foglet. Oh well, it is what it is. Hey, Exurin. Okay, that's what I was waiting for. Ratatata. No, should I keep this actually? I need to keep this for potential Knut and Sigvald. Hey Vlad, did you see notification right now? Oh, I do see it, thank you. That's why I have to constantly go from having, I do see it now, Streamlabs open and Twitch, because half of the things are being shown and the other half isn't being shown, depending on where we're at. Just give me 2 seconds so I can respond. I would like to respond. Are we gonna... Playing Art Guy feels bad. This also feels bad. But winning on even feels good. My friend, I wish you and chat an amazing stream with tasty banana pizza. Thank you for your content and all your passion embedded in your streams and videos. Today's my 23rd birthday. I hope you'll make my birthday stream at your birthday stream at 5 December. Oh, happy birthday, Vlad. Happy birthday. And thank you for the donation. I feel bad. I feel like I should be giving you a donation. I would give you a sub right now if I had my PayPal, but I don't. How about I give you that sub when I'm back in South Africa? I'll add you to my list. So far we have Rimnik, I think we have Silex, and then Vlad. So I'll give you a sub, because that's all I can think of, but have a great day. I hope it's amazing. I do not have dominance yet. I will have dominance soon enough. What can I do to get dominance? Honestly, this will do the trick, but it's very frustrating. Now I have dominance, meaning I'll do 3 points of damage. And they can't simply pass anymore. I had my Twitch account banned for 1 year before they responded to me. Damn. Do people still use Insta these days? Yeah, you kind of have to if you're a content creator. Things are getting more complicated, like, because most of our income doesn't come from subs and stuff like that. Oh, anonymous gifter giving a sub to Vlad. That's super kind of you, anonymous gifter. Thank you very much, and happy birthday, Vlad. I'll still top that once I get home. I'll do my share. How about we go with INL slave trader? I just have to carefully calculate this one. How am I gonna get INL slave trader? I should keep it, actually. I do have dominance now, so I can damage a card by 2 points. Thanks for the sub-ish. You still have Amazon Prime, lol. Apparently you do. I had Amazon Prime, but I did get rid of it eventually. It had to happen. I still had to pay for all my stuff I wanted to watch on Amazon, so yeah, so the thing is, when you're making content, you get your income through brand deals and sponsorships, and they look at all your platforms, not just Twitch, not just YouTube. They look at Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. So the more of those you have, the more they offer for a sponsorship, which, you know, so it's more about, it's just more like, statistically speaking, a good idea to have those. Because even if you're not active, they keep growing because of one. So I'm on Twitch 24/7, but as a result, Twitter keeps growing, Instagram keeps growing. Like, even though I'm not as active on those platforms, and they all have sort of a ripple effect, if you will. But that's what infuriates me with Instagram, because companies are now focusing more on Instagram and TikTok. So they offer way more than they do with my Twitch sponsorships, believe it or not, for literally just promoting their product on my story or something like that. So because that's down, I'm actually actively missing out on hundreds of dollars in a contract I just signed, because I had to make weekly posts for a product and now I can't do it. So that's frustrating, because that was like my income for the whole month, and now it's just gone. But I'm trying not to think about it too much. It's fine. It's not like this is how I make my living or anything like that. No. I just hope I get it back soon. Otherwise, I'm not really too bothered. I probably wouldn't have posted anything up until now. I can tell the speed at which she types. Imagine not sharing cat videos. Yeah, I miss those. How to do manage the jealousy of Stephen King when they realize your book was so good? I doubt they will. I doubt it. Stephen King prints books like it's nobody's business. He's an expert at the craft at this point. Am I saying ratata because of Pokemon? No, I'm saying it because there's something very wrong with me. It was so frustrating. I made a second account. Just compliment in Afrikaans. Vlad, ek hoop jy het 'n wonderlike dag en jy is 'n wonderlike mens. INL slave trader, wild hound. Okay, this is a solid hand. I can really abuse this hand, but I think a long round will be better. I have direct access to Caranthier. Question is, how do I kill a card really quickly? I want to get rid of their Knut Sigvald setup. It was made for Lionheart. Yeah, he said those exact words and we made a command because it came out very funny. Caranthier Golden Child? Maybe? Pratata?
Naivety is a fool's blessing. There is no escape.
Hey, Sukotsuto. Set the minimum amount to 9. I will try my very best. Where do I set that even? I think... Oh, this is a good attempt at a 2-0 then. We're pushing them into their magic compass. They might not get everything they need. Oh, that sucks for you, my friend.
Hey, listen here. Listen well.
Okay, okay. I think we can pull this off. I think you set it on Twitch, but the alert you set on whatever you have. I have Streamlabs and Stream Elements. Let's do this, shall we? Oh, very nice. Very nice. What's next? Shall we go for the 7 or the 1? I think we're gonna go for the 7. Yeah, scare them off. I needed some movement, but oh well. I'm waiting for them to commit something like Knut or Sigvald, then I play INL Slave Trader, then I play Tirnalia on the INL Slave Trader.
Yield and save me some time.
Sure, why not?
A pleasure doing business with you, madame.
There won't be a round 3, my friend. Not if I can help it. Hey, son. Son Risa. Is it expensive to publish a book?
What do you need?
Yeah. I wish I could tell you otherwise. I'd say that's probably the worst part about it, is how expensive it was. The thing is, technically, you can publish a book without paying a cent. You can publish it on Amazon for free. But it's not that simple. Firstly, you have to get an editor. This is like non-negotiable. You have to get an editor because no matter how good you are, even the best authors in the world have editors because we all make mistakes. Sometimes we make really stupid mistakes, and that's enough to have like your book be criticized. As a beginner, you really need an editor because they will point out to you that you're making some crucial mistakes. So they'll tell you if something doesn't sound right, if the plot doesn't make sense. So you need an editor. Then once that is done, you've got your basic book. But there's also some other smaller things you have to do that you might not know how to do on your own. Like, in order to sell your books in stores, you need a barcode. In order to have a barcode, you need like an ISBN number or something. And you're probably going to need someone who knows what they're doing to do that for you. Now, if you can get an agent who likes your book, they will do all of these things for free. And then they'll only take a percentage of the book sales. So if you can get an agent, they can get a publisher, and they will do all that work for you. They will literally do all of it for you. But most first-time authors don't get agents, like myself. I had to go the self-publishing route. It happens. It's just the way things are. Yeah. But hey, if you can write a really good book and you can convince an agent that they want to work with you, then they will do all of this for free, and then they'll just take a cut of your profits. But yeah, the rest of us have to do it on our own and hope we can get that done for us in the future. Because you don't want to do this on your own. It's not fun. Not at all. Thanks for the follow, Merciless. Just borrow an agent from Novgorod. They have tons. Has Jimmy read your book? I think he's read about all of it. He printed it out before I published the actual book and started reading it. Oh, that's nice. The thing is, the guy is really busy. I wouldn't be surprised. 'Cause, like, I get him for like an hour or two a day sometimes, because he works so much. But yeah, he's read most of it. I know that. He started reading it before I even finished the book. That's how he started talking, so yeah. Have a cozy stream. I have to go sleep like cat. Good night, Vlad. Hope you had a great birthday. Thanks for dropping in. Now we first move this to a different row. Then we play Ancient Fog. Let's get 1 extra point, right? Oh, I keep forgetting it's not a Wild Hunt card here. It's a Necrophage. I keep messing it up. Can't you do that yourself like you do with science papers, like you do in uni? I just sent an email to 500 people with the wrong date. Ugh, I'm sorry for your loss. Did editors correct you a lot? It's not as simple as that. I don't know how to put it. It's like every second sentence has red markings, like a teacher marking your book. Being like, what does this exactly mean? Oh, I thought the dad was actually alive. Da-da-da-da-da. You said this word a lot, maybe cut it. Or there's like, I don't understand what you're saying in this paragraph. Maybe rephrase. And then here and there is like a, maybe some stupid mistake that you don't know about because they don't even teach you in high school. But yeah. It's not nearly as simple as you think. You have to reread your entire manuscript like a bunch of times and basically check out what your editors have to say. And editors differ as well. I use 2 editors so I can get an objective opinion. They contradicted each other so much. It comes down to what you think's gonna work at the end of the day. Like, my old editor would say, yeah, I love this paragraph. And then the other editor would be like, this paragraph is too drawn out and it sounds old and boring and children won't want to read this, you know? So at the end of the day, you kind of need to use your own judgment. It's not as simple as being right or wrong per se. Good night, Tia. Thank you, that teen. I hope it goes well with the guy you just blocked. I believe in you. You can do this. What's next? Pra-ta-ta-ta-ta. I don't like them being ahead like they are. I'm returning to Gwent after 2 years off and have been watching your guide videos. Just curious why you don't seem to play Northern Realms decks. It's not that I don't play them. It's more that I don't want to make deck guides for them, because deck guides normally... You normally make a deck guide for something that most people don't understand. And you make it if you have your own creative deck. But Northern Realms these past few months have been copy-paste decks. Like, there's one deck and everybody has that deck. There's no uniqueness to any of it. So there's no need for me to make a deck guide because everybody's playing the same deck. Like, there's already... Every content creator on YouTube has probably already made that same deck. Yeah, so I try and avoid it. Because it's just not unique, so it's kind of unnecessary.
I'm sorry, I'll be good now, I promise.
I have to get some sleep. Good night, Indie Cool. Thanks for dropping by. Just the arranging it on pages part. I get the editing. I've seen what editor notes looks like. It's like a glitch screen. Yep. It's a bit crazy. We're really missing out every single card that matters. This is frustrating. I hope they don't push. I guess if I eat that, they won't. Can I be an editor? I write super good. Yeah, you can be an editor, sure. Arranging it on pages, yeah. So there's a lot of little things you don't know about that people need to do for you. Like you need to set a font, you need to decide how big you want the words to be, you need to decide the type of paper you're gonna use. Because book paper differs, you want to know exactly how long you want the book to be. So you need a professional who can actually sort that out for you. And sort out the blueprint you're going to use and send off to Amazon. I think I'm going to take a little chance here, am I? Can probably just go with Argaiath, but that feels like a waste. Let's do this for now.
Are you cold, human insect? It won't be long now.
Unfortunately, it's not enough, so they can pass. Comic Sans size 20. Sounds very welcoming to the eye. Now that I don't like. Might need to give that a little bump. Okay, we still can't pass. Well, that sucks. Okay. No. Okay, better. We are still missing out on some pretty important stuff. Okay, that's good. Don't you want to play Artgaia for the location order? I mean, I guess, but I feel like we're just gonna have too much frost anyway at this point. Hey, Modu. I heard that some proofreaders are actually reading book backwards to avoid focusing on the plot and just focus on phrasing, errors, etc. Interesting tactic. I guess if that's the type of edit you want to do, because some edits are extremely specific.
Naivety is a fool's blessing.
I have an ancient fogler too. Yeah, I know.
Your next move shall be your last.
Toss it on the pile, then burn it with the rest.
Rubbish. This one
It's a bit difficult to set the foglet up though. It seems streamer knows what she's doing just a little bit. That's crazy.